following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. It's game time. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome. We're live here in Bloomington, Minnesota for the round of 16 for the Gopher Classic Baseball Tournament. And should the West Fargo Patriots win today, they'll have a game right after this one at 2 o'clock against Woodbury. Woodbury defeated Shakopee in the first game by the score of 14-12. Woodbury was up 14-8 heading into the top of the seventh. Shakopee got the bases loaded and hit a grand slam, and then after the grand slam, it was pretty much a 1-2-3 inning after that, and the final score comes down to 14-12. So Woodbury will await the winner of West Fargo and Omaha Burke, and that game will be played at approximately 2 o'clock following this game here. This game's scheduled 11:30, but a little bit later start. Not too terribly bad, though. Some other scores from the other games in the round of 16. Hickman, Nebraska defeated Hopkins by the final score of 2-1 this morning, and Team Manitoba defeated Hutchinson by the score of 12-1. And Bemidji defeated the second Creighton Prep team, not the same one that played West Fargo yesterday, but a different one. And the final score in that one was Bemidji 10 and Creighton Prep 8. So those are the final scores that we have so far from the round of 16. The winners of the round of 16 games will move on to the quarterfinals, and then the winners of the quarterfinals will move on to the semifinal round tomorrow. At 9 a.m., the North St. Paul winner will play the Eden Prairie winner. And then at 11:30 a.m., should West Fargo win 2 today, they'll play at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow against the winner from the Excelsior round of 16 quarterfinal pool, if that's what you'd like to call it, that's being played at Veterans Field in Minnetonka. And then the winner of those two games will then play at 2 o'clock tomorrow at Minnetonka, which is at 18301 Highway 7. In case you're wondering where to go for that game if your team makes it, they'll play at approximately 2 o'clock for the championship game. So basically, with all that said, if you want to sum it down, make a summary of it, West Fargo Patriots need to win 4 more games. They're 5-0 coming into this one. They need to win 4 more to take the championship here at the Gopher Classic Baseball Tournament, and we'll see if they can do it. Their first test will be Omaha Burke. They go by prime time. Their high school is the Bulldogs, so we mixed them up a little bit. They'll be in dark blue T-shirt style jerseys today. West Fargo will be in their green, trimmed with orange and all that good stuff. Once again, we're in Bloomington, Minnesota. Says sunny in 81. I might override that and say mostly cloudy in 81. We'll look at stay in the low 80s throughout the duration of this ball game here. If West Fargo wins and goes on to the second ball game, we could still see low 80s, possibly upper 70s by the time those two games wrap up. But one game at a time. West Fargo Patriots need to take care of business against Omaha Burke. Let's tell you a little bit about Omaha Burke. They got here just by the margin of 1 run scored. There was a three-way tie in pool play for Omaha Burke. Omaha Burke, Sioux Falls East, and Moorhead all ended up 4-1 in pool play. The head-to-head was split evenly, so the winner was based on runs earned on innings played, and they had a .459 runs allowed per innings played compared to Moorhead, who had a .472. So that is like 200ths of a run. So it came down to one run. Scored one run. Omaha scored one more run than Moorhead did, and as a result, Omaha Burke would win the pool over Moorhead. So I know some of the fans back home maybe have a little bit of a fandom for the Moorhead Blues, and for the Moorhead Blues that may be fans who may be watching today, great showing here, and it's just too bad that you didn't score one more run, and then maybe it would be a matchup of friendlies between West Fargo and the Moorhead Blues, but instead it's West Fargo and Omaha Burke. So once again, Omaha Burke, they took care of business against Moorhead 4-3 in 8 innings back on July 8th in their first game of pool play. And then on July 9th, they'd have 2 games, winning 4-2 over Rosemount and winning, or they would actually fall 5-4 to Sioux Falls East in that second game on July 9th. And then yesterday, they'd pick up an 8-4 win over Wausau, Wisconsin in 7 innings. So they'd double up on Wausau. And with all the runs scored by all the teams, Omaha would end up winning the pool. And that's how they got here to this game here against West Fargo. For the West Fargo Patriots, they 14-1. I forgot to write it down, but I believe it was 14-1 over Ashland, Nebraska. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. And then they would win 10-2 over Coon Rapids in 6 innings. That Ashland, Nebraska game, I believe, was 5 innings. So 14-1 over Ashland, Nebraska, 10-2 over Coon Rapids, 12-11 in extra innings in walk-off fashion over Mitchell, South Dakota. And Mitchell was on the tails of West Fargo and Creighton Prep on winning that pool, too. And then since West Fargo was able to walk off Mitchell in the bottom of the 8th inning, they would take on Creighton Prep, and there'd be no need for tiebreakers. The winner of Creighton Prep, West Fargo, would win the pool. West Fargo comes into this at 5-0 with a 10-0 win in 5 innings over Creighton Prep. So West Fargo 5-0, and Omaha Burke 4-1, and then Woodbury, who is awaiting the winner of this matchup, was also 4-1 in their pool play. Woodbury, let's take a look at what they did so far. Omaha Scott, if I'm saying that correctly, they would defeat them 9-6, and then they would defeat Brainerd 8-0 in 5 innings. On day 2 of pool play, Woodbury would get 19 runs against Ralston, Nebraska, in a 5-inning game with the final score of 19-11, and then Woodbury would win 10-7 over Farmington in 7 innings. And then on the final day, Woodbury would pick up they would actually fall 9-2 to Rogers, Minnesota, in the final game of pool play. There was 2 teams at 4-1, Woodbury and Farmington, and Woodbury would win on the head-to-head matchup, so that would give them the victory in the pool. So West Fargo, with Shakopee losing, they were 5-0 coming out of pool play. That means West Fargo's the only undefeated team remaining here on out of the 3 pools of the 3 teams that you could possibly see here on Magnitude today. We're going to go over your starting lineups when we come back from the commercial break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back here to Bloomington, Minnesota. We're at Red Haddocks Field, if I'm saying Haddocks correctly. And I just got the thumbs up, so I said it correctly here. Let's go over the starting lineups. We took a look in depth at the Patriots and Omaha Burke coming out of pool play and the potential opponent for one of these two teams, Woodbury. We took a look at their journey through pool play, and let's take a look at the starting lineups. West Fargo will be the home team on the scoreboard here today, and they'll line up like this. Batting 1, 2, 3 in the top of the order is the shortstop Brennan Hammond, second baseman Seth Wiggestrand, the third baseman center fielder. Batting third, the center fielder. He can't play two positions at once. Trey Stocker. In the middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 is the designated hitter Griffin Stahl. Third baseman Evan Berg, and the first baseman Caleb Deere. And then the bottom of the order is the catcher Peyton Jancy, left fielder Carter Oline, and the right fielder Cooper Borkart. And then pitching on the mound today for the West Fargo Patriots will be Caleb Anderson. For the Omaha Burke team, they go by prime time, I think. Something that we'll just call them Omaha Burke moving forward. It was kind of hard to search them this morning, but I did find the right team. Batting top of the order, 1, 2, 3. Shortstop number 3, Spencer Cooper. Right fielder number 7, Dalton Farron. The first baseman number 10, Jason Irwin. The left fielder number 17, Corbin Paddock. The third baseman, number 11, Owen Kelly. And Paddock and Kelly batting 4 and 5. And then Gavin Dahl, number 6, is the DH at the number 6 slot. And then in the bottom of the order, at 7, 8, and 9, you got the catcher, number 16, Easton Mitchell. The center fielder, number 2, Rodney Whaley, and the second baseman, Joseph Fisher. Starting on the mound here for Omaha Burke, we number 12, Jackson Foster. Their reserves are number 4. Let me look at my pronunciations that I got from their coach. Holden Cleaver, number 18, Thomas Reed, number 20, Logan LaPierre, number 25, Mike Matika, number 26, Mike McGovern. Number 5, Riley Stack. Number 27, it was Ryan Renbarger. And number 14 is Travis Bolte. Those are the reserves for Omaha Burke. So once again, 1, 2, 3, Cooper, Farron, Irwin. 4, 5, 6, Paddock, Kelly, and Dahl. 7, 8, 9, Mitchell, Whaley, and Fisher. And then the pitcher is Jackson Foster for Omaha Burke. And that's a look at your starting lineups. You can see Omaha Burke on your screen right now. They're warming up in their dark blue T-shirt style jerseys. Now, West Fargo has finished their infield play, so that means we won't be too far away from the first pitch. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with more of your pregame show right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Be right back.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
Life is busy, and we all get distracted from time to time. But at Starion, they work hard to keep what's important to me in focus. They are continually upgrading their technology, so I can spend more time playing and less time banking. And although I can do almost all of my banking away from the branch, visiting my banker in person puts a smile on my face and reminds me they're always there for me, ready to help.
All right, welcome back. We're a few moments away here from getting things ready to go here at Red Hacks Field in Bloomington, Minnesota. Says sunny, but I'd say mostly cloudy is probably more accurate. We're at 81 degrees right now. Expect to be in the low 80s throughout the duration of this game. If West Fargo wins and moves on to the 2 o'clock game, we could potentially see the upper 70s as it starts to cool down a little bit earlier than it normally does, which is an outstanding thing. I was before we went on the air, as I was setting up equipment, I was talking with one of the guys up here in the box, and I was like, I'm really happy today because we had 4 games in the blazing sun, and then yesterday, well, we all know how that game went. 3 hour and 56-minute ball game, and it took 2 hours and 30 minutes to play the top half of the first inning with West Fargo and Creighton Prep yesterday. So, I got a break from the sun, but then I had to put up with rain and potentially lightning strike on a 99% metal broadcast booth. And so today I'm inside a press box. The only thing that I would not be safe from is possibly if a tornado were to hit. So the weather can be whatever it wants today, and I'll be happy with that. You can see the coaches are meeting with the umpires there at home plate. Once again, defensively, as West Fargo will be the home team, Caleb Anderson on the mound, Peyton Jancy behind the plate, Caleb Deere at first, Seth Wiggestrand at second, Brendan Hammond at shortstop, Evan Berg at third, Trey Stocker in center field, Carter Oline in left, and Cooper Borkart in right field is how the Patriots will line up defensively. Post 400, unfortunately, went 1-4 in the 0-4. The Fargo Post 2 went 1-3 in the Gopher Classic tournament in their pool play. So West Fargo's the only team from the Fargo-Moorhead area that's still alive here in the Gopher Classic baseball tournament. They are in the round of 16. If they win this game, they'll move on to the quarterfinals to play Woodbury, who knocked off previously undefeated Shakopee by the final score of 14-12. We'll turn it over to our PA announcer here for the opening announcements.
The 2022 Gopher Classic. This game pits the visitors, Omaha Primetime, the winners of the Bloomington site yesterday, against the home team, West Fargo, who won the University of Northwestern site. And now for the starting lineup. For Omaha Primetime, the visitors, batting first and playing shortstop, number 3, Cooper Spencer. Batting second and playing right field, number 7, Dalton Farron. third and playing first base for Omaha Primetime.
What's it?
Number 10, Jason Irwin. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 17, Corbin Haddock. Batting fifth today and playing third base, number 11, Owen Kelly. Batting sixth and DHing today, number 6, Gavin Dahl. Batting seventh today for Omaha, playing catcher, number 16, Easton Mitchell. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 2, Rodney Whaley. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 1, Joey Fisher. Pitching today, number 12, Jackson Foster. Now for the home team, West Fargo. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 5, Brennan Heyman. Batting second and playing second base, number 9, Seth Bergerstrand. Batting third and playing center field, number 3, Trey Stocker. Batting fourth today for West Fargo, the designated hitter, number 15, Griffin Stahl. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 7, Evan Berg. Batting sixth today and playing first base, number 10, Caleb Deere. Batting seventh and catching today, number 12, Peyton Janzi. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 6, Carter Oline. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 8, Cooper Borka. And pitcher today for West Fargo, number 23, Caleb Anderson. Let's play ball.
All right, so this just in. West Fargo has submitted a lineup change here. So to recap their batting lineup, 1, 2, 3, Brennan Hammond, Trey Stocker, Griffin Stahl. 4, 5, 6, Evan Berg, Caleb Deere, Casey Clemenson. Casey Clemenson is the new addition to the lineup, taking over for Seth Wiggestrand, who was originally in the lineup, and then everybody else bumped up one in the batting lineup. And then following Clemenson, it's Peyton Jancy, Carter Oline, and Cooper Borkart. So that is the updated West Fargo Patriots lineup. So that means we have a couple of defensive changes, too. Caleb Anderson still on the mound pitching, and Peyton Jancy catching, of course. Casey Clemenson moves over to first base, while Caleb Deere moves over to second base. And then Brennan Hammond, the shortstop, Evan Berg at third, Carter Oline in left, Cooper Borkart in right, Trey Stocker in center field. So just a couple of slight changes there for the West Fargo Patriots. But that is that's all you need to know, and now we're ready to play ball here, and it's going to be Spencer Cooper coming up to the plate first here in the top of the first. Anderson's first pitch comes in low for ball one at 12:22 p.m. 81 in a mostly cloudy sky here at Red Haddock's Field in Bloomington, Minnesota. Ball one to Spencer Cooper. Here's the second pitch. That one's low and in for ball number 2, 2-0. Dalton Fair and Jason Irwin will be the next two batters for Omaha Burke that we'll see in this game for top of the first inning for sure. And pitch number 3. That's in for a strike, 2-1. Nice pitch by Anderson down the middle. Once again around the bases, Casey Clemenson at first, Caleb Deere at second, Brennan Hammond the shortstop, Evan Berg at third, Peyton Jancy catching the outfield here after the 2-1. That one's hit right back up the middle. Anderson snags it, fires it over there to Casey Clemenson for out number 1. One up, one down, and that brings up Dalton Fair.
Right fielder for Omaha. Dalton Fair.
So 1-3 ground out for out number 1. And now we'll see what Dalton Farron can do against Caleb Anderson. That moves Jason Irwin into the on-deck circle. This will be pitch number 5 for Anderson. Wind up in the pitch. Tried to get it over the outside edge, but just missed. Ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Omaha Burke getting here with a 4-3 win over Moorhead, a 4-2 win over Rosemount, and a 5-4 loss to Sioux Falls East, bouncing back with an 8-4 win over Wausau, Wisconsin. That brings him into today's game against the West Fargo Patriots. And there's a big cut on a pitch to the inside, and suddenly it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Dalton Farron. 2 minutes into the ball game now officially. Jason Irwin waiting on deck here for Omaha Burke. And the 1-2. Went to the outside, evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a ball, a pair of strikes, and another ball on the 4 pitches so far in that order. And the 2-2. That one's hit well to left field. And nice grab there by Carter O'Lean, and that's out number 2. A little more pop to that one. Could have been 1-0 there, but lucky break there for West Fargo. Jason Irwin is the batter now, with 2 gone here in the top of the first. Clemson inside edge for a strike, 0-1. 10 pitches now for Anderson, 4 balls, 6 strikes on 10 tosses. And the pitch, that one's hit up right field, foul territory, and it'll go out of play. So remain 0-2. Or it'll become 0-2, I meant to say. And the 0-2 grounded foul down the third base side. It'll remain 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and that one hit hard and fair down the third base line. It just snuck by the third base bag, and it's on for a base hit, and the first runner on here for Omaha Burke, and now bring up Corbin Paddock.
Taking now the left fielder, number 17, Corbin Paddock.
So runner on base now, and the pitch to Paddock is on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Two up, 2 down. Irwin reaches base on the single down the third base line, and that brings us to Corbin Paddock and an 0-1 pitch coming up here from Caleb Anderson. Anderson delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2. Give the more on that thought here in a moment, as that one's fouled away and it remains 0-2. As I browse around, might give the edge to West Fargo, about maybe 55-45 as far as the fans are in attendance right now. Unless there's some more Omaha Burke fans hiding where I can't see them right now, but that one outside, and it's a little bit too far outside, and Irwin's going to take off for second. Ball 1, and the runner advances, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So it took 6 minutes for Omaha to get a runner into scoring position here, and we'll see with 2 outs if West Fargo can pitch themselves out of this one. Delivery just a little low, and now it's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pair of strikes, fouled away pitch, and a pair of balls on the 5 pitches thus far here between Anderson and Paddock. Owen Kelly's on deck if Paddock can reach base with 2 away. Anderson staring down Irwin, and now he delivers. And this one right over the head of Brennan Hammond, and that will bring Irwin around third. He will score, and Omaha Burke strikes first. It is an RBI single for Paddock into left center field. Scoring Jason Irwin, and the Omaha Burke has taken the lead at 1-0. Moves Owen Kelly into the on-deck circle now. Thought for a moment that wasn't quite going to lift up over Hammond's head. Looked like Hammond was in a position to snag that one out of the air. But the pitch comes across for a strike, and it's 0-1. And swing and a miss. And we'll get confirmation from the official here. I thought the first pitch was a strike, but maybe it wasn't. We'll go with 1-1 until we find out otherwise. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and it was strike 2, so that's a strikeout. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout.
No errors.
They get 1 run across on 1 hit. We'll have to fix our strikeout number there. And that will, they'll leave 1 stranded on base, and with the strikeout on Kelly, that'll bring up Brennan Hammond, Trey Stocker, and Griffin Stahl. Jackson Foster on the mound when we return from the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, there's a look at Jackson Foster. He'll start on the mound here for Omaha Burke. Behind the plate is Easton Mitchell, and around the bases you got Jason Irwin at first, Joseph Fisher at second, Spencer Cooper is the shortstop, Owen Kelly at third. In the outfield, Rodney Whaley in center, Dalton Farron in right, and Corbin Paddock in left. It'll be Brennan Hammond, Trey Stocker, Griffin Stahl, your first 3 batters here for the West Fargo Patriots, moving into the bottom of the first inning here as Foster continues his final warm-up pitches here. Once again, we're at 81 degrees under looks like some of the clouds are moving away. You could say partly cloudy, or if you are adamant on agreeing with the weather app on your phone, mostly sunny. So I'll let you decide if it's mostly sunny or partly cloudy. I'm going with partly cloudy at the moment. And Brennan Hammond will step up to the plate here, and West Fargo down 1-0, and they'll try and strike back here in the bottom of the first. They are well familiar with being behind in a game, and it does not bother them whatsoever. They have been behind at some point in the game in all 5 of their games here at the Gopher Classic Tournament. Well, with the exception of the Ashland, Nebraska game. So 4 of the 5 games. And a strike is tossed there by Hammond, or by Foster to Hammond. And now Hammond drills one into left field. He's on with a base hit. That brings up Trey Stocker. So 11 minutes into the ball game, West Fargo has their first runner on base. Omaha 1 run on 1 hit, make that 2 hits, excuse me, and 1 left on base. And now 1 hit for West Fargo. That one will bounce away. Hammond will take off for second. Ball 1 to Trey Stocker. Trey Stocker, 7 for 13 lifetime on magnitude. Now some time will be called here. It looked like the umpire had to adjust some equipment on his wrist, possibly. So Hammond moves to second on the wild pitch, and that one over the head of the second baseman to right center field. And rounding third is Brennan Hammond. He will score, and suddenly this game is tied up at 1. An RBI single for Stocker to right center field, scoring Hammond. And it did not take very long at all for West Fargo to tie it back up. And now it's a ball game once again. Or let me rephrase that. It's a 0-0 ball game to say in sorts once again. Griffin Stahl. He has the ability to make this 3-1 with a swing of the bat. He has 4 home runs lifetime on magnitude. That one's a little bit high for a ball, 1-0. Nine for 17 overall, and that hit makes it 10 for 18. He's on with a single and 2 runners on. Brings up Evan Berg. Two on with nobody out. And a 1-0 lead for, or a 1-1 game, I should say. As Evan Berg steps up to the plate, that moves Caleb Deere into the on-deck circle. Berg and Deere representing batters 4 and 5 in the lineup here for West Fargo. So that's the second hit of the game now here, or check that, the third hit of the game. Pitch comes across for a strike, 0-1 here to Evan Berg. Foster on 6 pitches, 5 strikes and a ball. Once again, a strike is anything that's not a ball. And that one's into left center field, and the hits keep coming here for West Fargo. And rounding third is Trey Stocker. He will score, and it's 2-1. So Griffin Stahl on second, Evan Berg on first, and now Caleb Deere steps up to the plate. 2 runs on 4 hits so far, and still nobody out. Foster looks at Stahl on second, looks at him again, now delivers, showing bunt, squares it up, pulls it back, takes ball 1. Once again, around the bases here for Omaha. You got Foster on the mound, Mitchell behind the plate, Irwin at first, Fisher at second, Cooper the shortstop, Kelly at third. Paddock in left, Farron in right, Whaley in center. There's a strike to the outside corner, 1-1. Caleb Anderson had 1 ball, 9 strikes on 10 pitches, and this is pitch number 10 for Jackson Foster. There's the 1-1 delivery. And this one popped up. That could maybe be the first out. Running after it there is Farron. Diving for it, and an A for effort, but couldn't quite grasp the ball in his glove. Drops for a strike, 1-2. Dalton Farron put his foot on the gas pedal there to try and catch that one. Very impressive. So on 10 pitches now, 2 balls and 8 strikes for Jackson Foster. Once again, 2 runners on, nobody out, first and second. Berg first, Stahl second. The batter's Caleb Deere. He reaches for it, pops it up right field. Charging in is Farron, and he will make the catch. That's out number 1, and that retires the first batter, bringing up Casey Clemenson.
Playing now, the first baseman, number 21, Casey Clemenson.
Moves the catcher, Peyton Jancy, onto the on-deck circle here. If no double plays happen, we'll see him next. First pitch is a little low for a ball to Clemenson. 1-0. And that one's outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, 2 runners on. Stahl on second, Berg on first. Peyton Jancy on deck. And Clemenson will get ready here for the 2-0 pitch from Foster. Foster stares down Stahl, delivers it high for ball 3. .3-0 pitch here, and he's in danger of loading the bases on a walk if Clemenson can draw it. See if he cashes in his free strike coupon on the 3-0 pitch, and he does not. He went down the middle, but it went sunk down low when it's a 4-pitch walk, and now the bases are loaded here for Peyton Jancy.
Fargo, the catcher, number 12, Peyton Jancy.
Peyton Jancy, 5 for 12 lifetime on Magnitude Sports. 3 hits to left field, 2 hits to center field, and a pocket full of ground outs. 1 away and the base is loaded. Stahl on third, Berg on second, Clemenson on first. And the pitch, actually, let me double check that. I think we have a courtesy runner on first here. No, it is Clemenson on first. Courtesy runners are allowed for the catcher and the pitcher, but nobody else. Pitch count set at 105 for the pitchers. And a throw up to third, and back safely is Stahl. 2 balls, no strikes now to Peyton Jancy. Carter O'Lean is the batter on deck. If no double plays occur, we'll see him next. 2-0 here to Jancy, and the pitch is going to be fouled back, 2-1. Foster digs in and delivers the 2-1. Got it in there for a strike. Nice pitch there by Foster. 2-2. Now, inside, and he went and swung and paid the price. That is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Jackson Foster to record out number 2.
Number 6, Carter O'Lean.
And Carter O'Lean will try his luck against Foster now. 20 pitches for Foster, 20 minutes into the ball game. Pitch 21's in for strike 13. And an 0-1 count to O'Lean. Cooper Borkhardt is on deck if O'Lean can reach base. And that one's high for a ball. O'Lean and Borkhardt representing batters 8 and 9 in the lineup for West Fargo. So we've almost gone through the whole lineup here in the bottom of the first for the Patriots. Not quite. We'll see if we can do it. We'll see if Foster can end it at 8. High and in, ball 2. And now it's outside, and it's 3-1. Strike followed by a trio of balls. And Foster in danger of walking in run number 3. And he will do just that. And it is now 3-1. As the bases remain loaded, Griffin Stahl will come in across the plate to score. That moves Evan Berg to third, Casey Clemenson up to second, and puts Carter O'Lean on first with Cooper Borkhardt at the plate, batter 9 in the lineup. And the first pitch is just a little bit high for a ball, 1-0. Most of Cooper's hits go to right field when he plays on Magnitude Sports. He does have 1 to left and 1 to center, but most of them are to right. That one's low. So the first one was high for a ball, second one low for a ball, and the last 7 pitches here from Foster have all been balls. And there's ball 3. Throw up to third. Evan Berg is safe. Zoom out just a hair so you can kind of get more than a glimpse of first and third. 2 balls and no strikes. Or no, check that. 3 balls and no strikes. And that one's going to be popped up. Charging in is Spencer Cooper. He cannot make the catch. And a run will score. Evan Berg will score, and it's 4-1. And they'll charge that as an error. At least I believe they will, to the shortstop.
Back to the top of the order, batting now, the shortstop, number 5.
So Berg scores. Clemenson to third. O'Lean to second on that error. Brennan Hammond, 1 for 1, single into left field last time he was at the plate. Reset the count here for him. That one hit hard to left field. It's going deep, and it is gone! It is a grand slam for Brennan Hammond, and the West Fargo Patriots have busted this one open. We'll fix the scoreboard. It's only 8-1. And that'll do it for Jackson Foster. Taking his place will be, let's take a look, Riley Steck will be the new pitcher. Riley Steck will take over as Jackson Foster's day comes to an end. 29 pitches, 15 balls, 14 strikes. No, I take that back. 30 pitches, 15 balls, 15 strikes, because I forgot the pitch for the grand slam there. Sends it to left, and about 90% of the people knew that was gone the moment it hit the bat. So, once again, Riley Steck will be the new pitcher here for Omaha Burke, as West Fargo has crept out to an 8-1 lead. Omaha Burke getting a run on an RBI single that I believe went to left center field, if memory serves me correctly. And it's been all West Fargo since then. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll let Steck warm up, and we'll be back in just a moment here on Magnitude.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. 8-1 here in the bottom of the first. Trey Stocker, it's batter number 11 of the inning here for the West Fargo Patriots, as Brennan Hammond just cleared the bases on a grand slam inside the left field foul pole right before the commercial break, and that's when they would make the pitching change. And that one hit well to center field. It'll drop for a base hit. It's another single, and let's see where we at. I believe that's the 6th hit of the game.
Now, the designated hitter, number 15, Griffin Stahl.
Batter 12 of the inning. Is Griffin Stahl. He singled to right field last time he was at the plate, approximately 20 minutes ago. There's a strike, 0-1 from the pitch from Riley Steck. Evan Berg is on deck. They've hammered out 6 of the 8 runs with 2 outs on the board. There's a strike, 0-2. We'll see if Riley Steck can end this, what some might call a nightmare inning for Omaha Burke. And that one's high and out. You could see it going high the moment it left his hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't think he intended for that pitch to end up where it ended up at. Runner goes inside, and they'll let him. He'll take second standing, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Griffin Stahl as Trey Stocker steals second. Steck with 5 pitches now, 2 balls and 3 strikes. He's given up 1 hit so far. And that will be hit number 2. And rounding third is Trey Stocker. They're going to send him home, and the throw will not make it in time. He'll cross the plate standing, and West Fargo takes a 9-1 lead. So it's an RBI single for Griffin Stahl. And that brings up batter 13 of the inning, Evan Berg. He's 1 for 1, singled over the head of the shortstop Spencer Cooper into left center last time he was at the plate. That one will drop in for a strike. Nice pitch there by Riley Steck. 0-1. That one will bounce into the backstop. Stahl will take off for second on the wild pitch, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. We're 30 minutes into the ball game now. 29 minutes and a few seconds to be exact. Swing and miss, strike 2. This will be pitch number 10 for Riley Steck. He's at 3 balls, 6 strikes, according to my numbers unofficially. And pitch 10 is inside, and it came that close to hitting him. Ball 2. So on 10 pitches, 4 balls, 6 strikes. And that one comes in a little bit low, and we have a full count to Evan Berg. Caleb Deere is on deck. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him for a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. It's the second strikeout of the game. Third strikeout of the game. I think it's the second, actually. I'll double check the numbers here. We'll get that corrected if needed. And that'll do it here. They will leave one stranded on base, and that'll end the first inning of play. It's 9-1 in favor of the West Fargo Patriots here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Be right back. Nine runs for the Patriots in the bottom of the first, including a bases-clearing grand slam from Brennan Hammond. And the Patriots have taken charge here after one inning. Caleb Anderson will deliver pitch 23 to start the top of the second. That one's low for a ball. The batter is Gavin Dahl. Batter 6 in the lineup. We'll see Gavin Dahl, Easton Mitchell, and Rodney Whaley this inning for sure here for Omaha Burke. 9 runs on 7 hits. Omaha 1 run on 2 hits. That one hit up high, shallow right field. Charging in, he'll drop for a hit. Cooper Borkhardt was charging in. Caleb Deere was charging out, and it dropped right in between the two of them. That'll be the third hit of the game, and another single here for Omaha. Easton Mitchell, the batter now. He's batter 7 in the lineup here for Omaha Burke. The pitch, that one fouled off the chest protector of Peyton Jancy and goes into the books for a strike, 1-1. Anderson fouled off. Pitch came to the inside, and he swung early, and it came off the upper handle of the bat towards the third base dugout. Makes it 1-2 on that fouled away pitch. Of course, the last time we saw a fouled away something over the third base dugout, it was Peyton Jancy's bat and not the ball. And I sent that clip to a couple people, including a couple broadcasters I know. That one headed out towards Trey Stocker, and back at the warning track, he made the catch. It was a one-footed hopping catch, but he made it. What a grab by Trey Stocker.
Right now, center fielder number 2, Rodney Whaley.
So 1 out, 1 runner on. That one fouled off. Ooh. Glad my Jeep was parked a few spots further down than that one. Whoever owns a black pickup might want to go check on it. Rodney Whaley, I believe is how the coach told me to pronounce it. He's the batter. No balls and 2 strikes here to Rodney Whaley. On deck is Joseph Fisher with 1 out. If no double plays happen, we'll see Fisher next. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Anderson sending it to the outside to see if Whaley would chase. He did not. And now we'll see where he'll put the 2-1 pitch. Maybe to the inside. It's pitch 31. 8 balls, 22 strikes on 30 tosses here for Anderson. And 31 is in for strike 23, and it's a fouled away pitch to remain at 1-2.
Boy, Andy.
That one's also fouled away. It'll remain 1-2 one more time. Fouled away, strike, ball, and another duo of fouled away pitches. This is pitch number 6 of the at-bat here for Whaley. That one hit out towards Hammond. Hammond up to second, now over to first. No, off. He had to come off the base. They got the lead runner out at second. Whaley will reach on a fielder's choice.
Now the bottom of the order, batting 9th, number 1, second baseman, Joey Fisher.
And that will record out number 2. So they'll get out number 2 on the leadoff runner and couldn't quite complete that 6-4-3 double play attempt. Remember, 8-run rule after 5, so if this score holds, this game would end at 5 innings. But we'll see how much of that deficit Omaha Burke can chip away at over the next 2.5 innings here. Pickoff attempt on Whaley at first, unsuccessful. It's actually 1-1. I forgot to reset the count on the previous batter. 1 ball, 1 strike to Joseph Fisher. If he can reach base, Spencer Cooper would be on deck, and he likely won't reach base. Over to first, and waiting for the call. I don't know. Something tells me he might be safe. And he is safe, yep. Didn't see the actual safe signal from the umpire, but he is safe. So now runners are on the corners, and Omaha Burke has an opportunity here. Subby charges an error to the shortstop on the throw. And Whaley will move over to third on that same error. Pitch outside corner for a strike. Cooper returns us to the top of the order here for Omaha Burke. Caleb Anderson on pitch 38 coming up here. And that one's hit up, and they'll go out of play. They won't be able to make a play on that one. Fouled away for strike 2. 2 away, 2 runners on, and no balls, 2 strikes for Spencer Cooper. Dalton Farron is the batter on deck if we can make it that far in the lineup. Runner goes, hit out, and that'll find the 3-4 gap into shallow right, and a run will cross the plate Fisher heads into third. It's an RBI single for Spencer Cooper. And runners remain on the corners.
Now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 7, Dalton Farron.
And now it's 9-2. And Coach Roll will come out to the diamond here to have a chit-chat with his team. The official rules allow 1 trip to the mound per inning. I have not been paying attention to see if teams have gone over that limit or not. I looked at the rules before the tournament started, but I actually didn't catch that rule until I reprinted my rained out rules from last night this morning. Dalton Farron, 0 for 1, flied out to Carter O'Lean in left field last time he was at the plate. He'll face pitch 40 from Caleb Anderson. And there's a strike. And on 40 pitches for Anderson, 9 balls and 31 strikes. Not a bad ball-strike ratio. Pretty sure any coach would have a smile on his face with those numbers. There's strike 2. 2 pitches, 2 strikes to Farron. Runners on the corners. Joseph Fisher on third, Spencer Cooper on first. On deck is Jason Irwin if we can get there. Pickoff attempt at first. No success there. With 2 away, we'll see if Omaha Burke is tempted to attempt that double steal. He'll peek over his shoulder on a couple of occasions. Now a third occasion, deliver the pitch. Inside low, runner takes off, he'll get there standing. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dalton Farron. Spencer Cooper moves up to second, and now a base hit could really trim away at that lead. All right, at that deficit, however you want to look at it, depending on which team you're cheering for. 1-2. Tried to sneak it over the outside corner, but missed it. 2-2. So 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Second and third, Cooper second, Fisher third. And Dalton Farron will face the 2-2 pitch right now. He'll foul it back and stay alive for at least 1 more pitch. Here's 2-2 number 2. And that will bounce away. They lost it, and luckily for the Patriots, the ball rolled towards third base, and Joseph Fisher had second thoughts. Full count now here to Dalton Farron. Once again, Jason Irwin is on deck. First base is open, and a walk would load the bases. Payoff pitch with 2 outs and 2 runners on in scoring position in a 9-2 ball game. Here's the delivery. Outside corner, got him for a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. They'll strand 2 on base, and we'll go to the middle of the second. 3 strikeouts total here for the Patriots so far. And when we come back from the break, Riley Steck will face Caleb Deere, Casey Clemenson, and Peyton Chansey. Batters 5, 6, and 7 for the Patriots. We're going to return after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Be right back.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
All right, welcome back. A 9-2 game. Omaha Burke with a run in the first and a run in the second. And we'll see if the Patriots can add any more to their 9. The run in the top of the second momentarily takes the 8-run rule out of effect. But if West Fargo has another inning like they did in the first, that will go back into effect sooner than later. Not saying they will, but they were pretty impressive in the top of the first, and we'll see how they do here in the top of the second.
Second baseman, number 10. Number 10.
So Riley Stack will deliver pitch 13 to Caleb Deere. He's 0 for 1, flied out to Farron in right field last time he was at the plate. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Casey Clemenson, Peyton Jancy will be the next 2 batters for West Fargo. And that one's hit hard, a grounder towards Cooper. He'll fire it over and got it there in time. 6-3 ground out, Cooper to Irwin, and Deere is out number 1 on the ground out.
Number 21, Casey Clemenson.
Spencer Cooper delivering a strike right into the glove of Jason Irwin for that ground out. And now Casey Clemenson was walked on 4 pitches last time he was at the plate. He's 0 for 0 as a result. That one's inside, and he sees ball number 5. He's seen 5 pitches, and they've all been balls so far. 4 of them from the first pitcher, and now this one from Riley Stack. And he sends it to left field. And it drops foul just by about 1.5 inches. 1-1 the count. If he would have waited a split second on his swing, that would have been fair and possibly a double. And this one hit right up the middle into shallow center. Good for a single, and that is the 8th hit of the game here for the West Fargo Patriots.
Into the plate now. Number 12, the catcher, Peyton Jancy.
Well, now the 2 schools are even at 1-1. I almost said Mustangs yesterday, so. Peyton Jancy, the catcher, 0 for 1. Struck out swinging. And on the at-bat before that, he fouled his bat off over the third base dugout in the game yesterday. In 1,900 broadcasts, I'd never seen that happen. I believe this is broadcast 1,971, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check our numbers, but I know I was talking about it last night with a buddy that I sent that video clip to about 7 or 8 people, and I'm sure one of those 7 or 8 maybe put it on social media, so I'm sure people have seen it. 1-1 the count here to Jancy. And that one left the hand awkwardly from Stack, and it's ball 2. 20 pitches for Stack, 9 balls, 11 strikes unofficially. Now I try the pickoff attempt on Clemenson, no good. Clemenson back in time, remains 2-1. Carter O'Lean is on deck. With 1 away, we could potentially see Cooper Borkhardt this inning as well. 2-1, outside, 3-1. ball, fouled away pitch, and another couple balls. And this is pitch number 5 of the at-bat here for Jancy. And that one's going to be popped up. Shallow center. Spencer Cooper getting underneath it. Now he'll be called off by Rodney Whaley, and that's out number 2.
Coming to play now, the left fielder, number 6, Carter Olney.
Clemenson remains on first. Out number 2. Reset the count here for Carter O'Lean. He walked last time he was at the plate. Matter of fact, I believe that was a bases loaded walk, if memory serves me correctly. And that one's high and in for a ball, 1-0. 51 minutes into the ball game now. And there's a strike. Nice pitch there by Stack. 1-1. Olean will take the 1-1 pitch for strike 2, I believe. No, it was ball 2. There's strike 2. Ball, strike in that order on the 4 pitches so far here from Steck to Olean. Cooper Borkhardt is the batter on deck, but only if Olean can reach base. Runner on first is Clemenson, and that's low and a full count, 3-2. Ball, strike, ball. If that pattern continues, it would suggest that he would toss a strike here, but knock on wood, so I don't make the Omaha fans mad if I jinxed them. And that is ball 4. So the pattern did not continue, and now 2 runners on.
To the plate now, the right fielder, number 8, Cooper Borkhardt.
Cooper Borkhardt reached on the lone error of the game for Omaha. Little pop-up towards the shortstop, and he would charge in, couldn't make the catch. Pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. The next pitch for Steck will be pitch number 30. Stack will look back at Clemenson, now deliver the pitch, and he got it on the corner for strike 2. Nice strike, nice pitch by Riley Stack. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Clemenson second, Olean on first. Now Steck will step off the mound, step back onto it. Runners will gradually get a lead off on their respective bases. Steck will peer back at second, wind and deliver. High and in, it hits him, the bases are loaded. Now bring up Brennan Hammond, and we all know what happened last time the bases were loaded for Brennan Hammond. He's 2 for 2, and he's halfway on the cycle. He's got a single and a grand slam. Just needs a double and a triple, and we're still in the second inning of play here. We'll see if Hammond gets another pitch that he likes. He will chop this one up, and it will fall, and the error is going to score a run. It's going to score Casey Clemenson from third, and both errors now charged to the shortstop, Spencer Cooper. And the pitch in for a strike. It's Trey Stocker, the batter.
Number 3, Trey Stocker.
Come on, 2 right.
Now on up the middle. Carter Olean will score. Rounding third is Cooper Borkhardt. And it's a 2-run RBI single for Stocker up the middle. That puts runners on first and second as Oline and Borkhardt score. And now Stocker is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and all 3 of his singles have driven in runs.
Now the designated hitter, number 15, Griffin Stahl.
And we're going to remove the error. They charged it as a hit, so we'll match our scoreboard with theirs. So if you're following along on iScore, our stats will be off by 1 run, 1 hit. Because I don't feel like undoing everything that happened back to that point and then redoing it. That one hit into the gap and heading into right center field. It'll roll all the way to the fence. Rounding third is Hammond. Stocker will round third from first. It's a 2-run RBI double for Griffin Stahl. And West Fargo continues to pour on the runs here early in this one. So, lone runner is on second base now, and once again, 6 of the 9 runs in the first inning coming with 2 outs on the board. All 5 of the runs in the second inning coming with 2 outs on the board. And a conference on the hill here for Omaha. Be honest, coming into this game, I wasn't sure what to expect. West Fargo has turned it up a notch here in the last couple games. We thought that it was going to be maybe a 7-inning game, 1-run, 2-run difference for the winner between West Fargo and Creighton Prep yesterday. And well, somebody from West Fargo must have heard me say that and said, hey, let's knock them out in 5, 10-0. And right now they're at 14-2 here in the bottom of the second. And it's still early, but they appear to be well on their way to the quarterfinals of the Gopher Classic. Like I said, it's still early. 16 balls and 19 strikes on 35 pitches here for Riley Steck. And that's hit towards third, and it sneaks by the Owen Kelly into left field.
And in play now, second baseman, number 10, Caleb Deere.
So Griffin Stahl advances to third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Caleb Deere 0 for 2, ground out to third and a fly out to right field. Flip-flop that on the order of it. 1 ball, no strike to Deere. Make it 2 balls, no strikes to Deere.
Go, Caleb.
If the score holds, West Fargo will play Woodbury in the game right after this one. Unless this one ends early, then well, it's scheduled for 2 o'clock, so this game will go at least 5 innings. So we'll probably have maybe a 2:30 start if the 5-inning, well, I don't want to say 2:30, depends on how long each inning drags out, I guess, but that one hops over the pitcher, and it's batted down there by Joseph Fisher. And a nice defensive effort there by Fisher. It'll be an infield hit. At least I believe. Yep, I'm getting a head nod here. And that will score a run, and that's going to do it for Fisher, or for Steck, I meant to say. Griffin Stahl scores. I believe Berg advanced to second. And Riley Steck's day comes to an end with 39 pitches, 18 balls, and 21 strikes, exactly 1 hour into the ball game here. And it's a 15-2 lead. And looks like number 25 possibly. 25 or 26. It's 25 is Mike Matika. So Mike Matika will take over on the mound here for Omaha Burke. It's 15-2. And we'll take a quick break, let Matika warm up, and be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Life is busy, and we all get distracted from time to time. But at Starion, they work hard to keep what's important to me in focus. They are continually upgrading their technology, so I can spend more time playing and less time banking. And although I can do almost all of my banking away from the branch, visiting my banker in person puts a smile on my face and reminds me they're always there for me, ready to help.
We're about on pace with yesterday's game. About on the second, we were about an hour and 40 minutes into the game, or we were a little over 2 hours, so we're just about an hour behind from yesterday's game. 1 hour and 3 minutes here with 2 away in the bottom of the second. Third pitcher of the game here for Omaha, it's Mike Matika. He'll face Casey Clemenson, who's 1 for 1. Drew a walk and then got a single up the middle into center field. And the first pitch from Matika is in for strike 1 on Clemenson. Peyton Jancy is on deck, but once again, there's 2 outs, and West Fargo has scored 13 of their 15 runs with 2 outs on the board. And that one's a little chopper towards short this time. Cooper will field it, and no, it's going to be an error. An error on the first baseman, I believe. First baseman or shortstop. It's an error nonetheless. And a run scores, and it's 16-2. Runners on second and third via that error. I'm going to go ahead and charge that error to the first baseman. I think that's the correct call. And so that moved Caleb Deere over to third and Casey Clemenson up to second. Peyton Jancy, the batter, 0 for 2, struck out swinging, and he would fly out to Rodney Whaley in shallow center last time he was at the plate. Pitch comes in low and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Matika will set, deliver the 1-0 pitch. Got it in there for a strike. Nice curveball from Matika.
Okay.
16 runs on 14 hits so far. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. And you have to imagine at this point that the umpire's strike zone might become a little bit wider than it probably normally would in the bottom of the second. We'll see, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matika winds and delivers. Inside, hit him in the ankle, and he's on base, and the bases are loaded. I bring up Carter O'Lean.
In the bat now, the left fielder, number 6, Carter O'Lean.
0 for 0. He's drawn 2 walks on his 2 trips to the plate today. We're an hour and 5 minutes into the ball game now. Bases loaded. Carter O'Lean, Cooper Borkart on deck, and if we can get that far, Brennan Hammond would return us to the top of the order. And Oline sees the pitch, goes outside for a strike. And just like I predicted, that strike zone becomes a little bit larger now here in a 16-2 game. If it was a 3-2 game, you may have heard some complaints from the fans out there on that one. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the 0-2 from Matika. Inside and got him. It's a 3-pitch strikeout with an asterisk. And that is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Mike Matika. They strand 3 on base, and that ends the second inning of play. 9 in the first, 7 in the second, 1 each in each inning for Burke, and it's 16-2. Still check our numbers, 16-4-1 and 2-4-2. That all matches up. And we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991. Call Jeff at Gotta Go Driving, 238-0236. Jeff will tell you to start planning ahead now. Don't wait. Got a new driver? Then it's Gotta Go Driving School. Talk to Jeff or go online at gottagodrivingschool.com.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports. You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More.
All right, welcome back. And Omaha Burke's going to switch up their batters here. This is number 20-something, 27. And he'll step into the number 3 spot. And 27 is Ryan, let me look at my pronunciation. It's Rin Renberger, according to the coach. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Renberger. We'll see if they have any other changes coming up here. Corbin Paddock is a scheduled batter on deck. As I look over to my left, nope, they'll have a new batter on deck. It'll be number 20. I'll look at the roster sooner than later here for you. It'll be Logan LaPerriere who's on deck. Try and say that one 3 times fast. I got it right on the first attempt with the coach, so I didn't even write it down. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Caleb Anderson, and that brings up Logan LaPerriere. The only reason why I knew what that name could have been was girls basketball team back home had 2 St. Pierres, so I kind of juggled the LA with the ST and then put Pierre at the end and got it right. So a swing and a miss by LaPerriere, and it's 0-1. And that one's fouled back, and it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss for another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, and that'll bring up Thomas Reed. So 2 outs now as LaPerriere strikes out, and that brings up Reed, who will take the place of Owen Kelly in the number 5 spot. And that pitch is a little low for a ball, 1-0 to Thomas Reed. 1 hour and 11 minutes into the ball game. Caleb Anderson's next pitch will be pitch 55. And that one's going to be popped up. Shallow right. No, that's not going to reach the outfield, actually. It'll be Caleb Deere making the catch, and they'll strand nobody on base, and that'll end the third, top half of the third. We'll go to the middle of the third. It's the first time that Omaha Burke has not scored a run in the inning, and it's 16-2 going to the bottom of the third, and we'll see if the scheduled batters are Borkhardt, Hammond, and Stocker, 9-1 and 2. We'll see if they make changes when we come back from the break here on Magnitude Sports.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you, and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the third, and I want to say hello to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. Jim, this game is being played at Red Haddocks Field in Bloomington, Minnesota. Bloomington, of course, home of the Mall of America. So if that gives you an idea of where in Minnesota we're at, that might help you out. Jim also commented on our YouTube Mercy white flag emoji, and well, that will come into effect as long as West Fargo can maintain an 8-run or higher lead by the end of the top of the 5th. The strike zone has obviously opened up a little bit here, as every pitch tossed, except for that one, has been a strike. 1-1 there, 1-2 the count now here. I forgot to look here. It is Cooper Borkhardt batting. So he'll strike out. He'll go down swinging.
Number 5, Brennan Hammond.
Omaha Burke's pitchers have combined for 4 strikeouts so far, and Brennan Hammond is at 2 for, or I think it's 2 at Hammond. Number 5. I didn't see the jersey number. I wasn't paying attention. And it is Hammond. 2 for 3, single to left, home run to left, which was a grand slam. And then reached base on it was originally charged as an error, but then it was changed to a hit. And this one, he's going to run it out, and he's on with another hit. So he's 4 for 4 today, 3 singles and a grand slam.
We're going to play now, number 1, Mason Stolten.
And now, instead of Trey Stocker, who is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, it's going to be Mason Stolting taking over the number 2 spot in the batting lineup here for the West Fargo Patriots. Mason Stolting 5 for 13 lifetime, and they're going to intentionally walk, or did he get hit by a pitch? I was looking down. Okay, it was hit by a pitch. I was looking down at his lifetime stats, and when I didn't see him get hit by the pitch, so he'll make it to first. So that makes him 5 for 18 lifetime now. Via hit by a, actually it doesn't. It makes him 5 for 17. Let's see here. 24 taking the place of Griffin Stahl. That is Matt Heupel. And that pitch will get away, and the runners will advance to first and, or from first and second to second and third, and it's ball 1 to Matt Heupel. Evan Berg is on deck. He's the scheduled batter at 4. And the 1-0 from Matika is in for a strike. 1-1. And that one is low for a ball. And it's 2-1. Ball strike ball to Matt Heupel. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Time of the game so far. We're in the top of the third, or bottom of the third, excuse me. And the pitch in for a strike. That's a nice pitch there by Matika. Probably in the mid-70s on that pitch there. I don't have an official radar gun, but just a judgment call there. This will be pitch number 20 for Matika. And the 2-2 is fouled away. On 20 pitches, 6 balls and 14 strikes with an asterisk on maybe 4 or 5 of those strikes. And that one's outside, and it'll miss for a ball. And we have a full count here on Matt Heupel. Once again, first base is open. Evan Berg is on deck. And we'll see if Matika strikes out, walks, or if he earns another pitch with something fouled away, possibly. And the pitch is swing and a miss, and a strikeout. That's the 5th Buffalo Wild Wings strikeouts for Omaha batters.
Number 7, Evan Berg.
16-2 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard in favor of the West Fargo Patriots. Evan Berg, 2 for 3, single, strikeout, and a single. And that pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Went down swinging on that strikeout 2 at-bats ago. The 2 singles, one down the third base line, and then one over the head of the shortstop into shallow left center. And the 1-0 pitch. Matika gets it in there for a strike, 1-1. During the last commercial break, I was chit-chatting and found out that if Bloomington would have scored one more run against Moorhead, West Fargo would be playing Moorhead right now instead of Omaha Burke. Okay, once again, it was a 4.59 to a 4.72 runs allowed per innings play advantage, just about 0.02% of a difference. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Evan Berg. 2 runners on with 2 outs. I would imagine that Berg might get the signal to swing here. And he will not. It'll come inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Caleb Deere is on deck if Berg can reach base. via a walk or a base hit. And that's a low strike for a strikeout. And Evan Berg goes down looking unofficially, and they leave 2 stranded on base. That ends the 3rd inning of play. 16-2 on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard in favor of the West Fargo Patriots. Top of the 4th is next when we return after the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 4th, the scheduled batters are Gavin Dahl, Easton Mitchell, Rodney Whaley. We'll see Gavin Dahl for sure as he's practicing. And it looks like we'll have a different batter for Easton Mitchell in the number 7 spot. And it appears that on deck is Travis Bolte. It will be on deck. So we'll see Gavin Dahl, Travis Bolte, and we'll see who bats in the 8th spot when we get to that point. So right now it's Gavin Dahl, 1 for 1 with a single to right field. Found the gap between first and second to get on base.
Number 6, Gavin Dahl.
1 hour and 23 minutes, time of the ball game. Caleb Anderson, I think he's still on the mound. And he is, and that was pitch 56, and that's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, as our buddy Eric Tianson would say, peak efficiency for Caleb Anderson on that one. And Easton Mitchell, 0 for 1 with a fly out. Deep to center to the warning track. Trey Stocker had to make a one-legged hopping catch to grab that one. It was a great catch by Stocker out in center field. 1 ball, no strike here to... instead of Easton Mitchell, it's Travis Bolte, I believe. Yes, number 14, Travis Bolte. Once again, I want to say thanks to the Omaha coach for helping me out with 5 of the names on the roster that I wasn't sure on. Swing and a miss for a strike there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bolte. Rodney Whaley is on deck. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout. It's the 6-1 for Caleb Anderson. Now bring up Rodney Whaley now. Joseph Fisher moves into the on-deck circle. Pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Whaley reached on a fielder's choice last time he was at the plate. As West Fargo tried to turn a 6-4-3 double play, but they would only get the lead runner at second. 1-1. A grand slam by Brennan Hammond accounts for 1/4 of the runs scored. There's a nice hit on the center field for Rodney Whaley. Trey Stocker will scoop it up, fire it back in there to Caleb Deere, and it's a single. I hit the wrong button. We'll fix that.
And the bat now, number 1, Joey Fisher.
Fifth hit of the game And Joe Fisher up to the plate now. He reached base on an error, charged to, I believe it was charged to the first baseman, if I remember correct. And that one's a little bit inside. Whaley will take off for second. Two and 0 here to Joe Fisher. Spencer Cooper is scheduled batter. As I peer over to my left, he is indeed on deck. 65 pitches for Anderson now. 47 of them have found the strike zone. And that one right up the middle. Picked up there by Hammond. Over to first, safe at first. They'll credit him with an infield hit. And that puts runners on the corners here for Omaha.
After the top of the order, coming up now, number 3, the shortstop, Spencer Cooper.
Spencer Cooper. And on deck is Mike McGovern. Mike McGovern will take over the number 2 spot for Dalton Farron. Spencer Cooper 1 for 2. Ground out on a 1-3 back to Anderson, and then he would single to right field. Runners on the corners with 2 outs in a 16-2 ball game here, and Caleb Anderson sets up, delivers pitch 67, outside edge for a strike, 0-1. That one's outside. I'll even the count at a ball and a strike. 1-1 here to Spencer Cooper. Once again, Mike McGovern is on deck. Runners on, Joe Fisher on first. Rodney Whaley on third. That one's popped up to third, and making the catch is Brennan Hammond, and they will strand 2 on base and will go to the middle of the 4th. 16-2 in favor of West Fargo, and the Patriots are up to bat. The scheduled batters for West Fargo include Caleb Deere, Casey Clemenson, Peyton Jancy, pending changes when we return after the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive. All right, there's some defensive changes here for Omaha Burke. Ryan Renbarger at first, Travis Bolte at short. I'm still working on some of the other ones. That one's hit to center field. That's Caleb Deere, and he's going to be on with a double. And we'll see if they send him for a triple or not. They will not. That's the 16th hit of the ball game here for Caleb Deere and the Patriots. He's 2 for 4 now. Fly out, ground out, single and a single. Or single and a double, I should say. Casey Clemenson scheduled batter, and I think it is him. 21. I see a 1, and I think it's a 2 in front of it. There's a strike. And it is indeed Casey Clemenson. 1 for 2, walk, single, reach base on an error. And that one fouled off towards the Omaha dugout for strike number 2. Peyton Jancy, the scheduled batter, and it does look like, no, it's going to be somebody else. He apparently checked his swing, and it's ball 1. It's Easton Heisler who's on deck for West Fargo. The pitch, and that one's hit out towards the shortstop. Bolte picks it up, fires it over to first for the out. Caleb Deere will remain on second. And it's a 6-3 ground out for Clemenson that brings up Easton Heisler. Easton Heisler in the 7th spot, takes the first pitch for a strike. Skylar Horde is on deck, and he'll take the place of Carter O'Lean in the 8th spot. 0-1, swing, and he tapped it foul for 0-2. Matika on 35 pitches now, 11 balls, 24 strikes. We're an hour and 33 minutes into the ball game. An hour of that was the first and second inning. This game has cruised along since then. In the 0-2, swung on and right to third. I believe that's not Owen Kelly. And the third baseman will be charged with an error, and a run will score. It's Caleb Deere coming in, and it's 17-2.
Into the plate now, number 11, Skylar Horde.
Skylar Horde takes the place of Carter O'Lean. Batter number 8 in the lineup here for West Fargo. And he'll foul the first pitch off for a strike, 0-1. We'll have another game coming up for you. Scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. It'll probably be closer to 3 by the time we finish this one up and get the field reset. West Fargo will play Woodbury. And the winner of that game will move on to the semifinals on July 12th. And a strike with an asterisk. As the 7th strikeout for Omaha pitchers now. Mike Matika, 11 balls, 29 strikes on 40 pitches. Cooper Borkart, 0 for 2, reached on an error, hit by a pitch, and struck out swinging. 1 ball, no strike here to Burke, and that pitch is up high for ball 2. Runner on base is Easton Heisler on second. Pitch is in for ball 3. Brennan Hammond is on deck. As we'll return to the top of the order here after Burke, assuming no double plays occur. And that one's inside for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Cooper Burke, and that puts 2 runners on. And they're going to call it. All right, so they call the runner out, trying to steal on a pass ball, and that'll actually end the inning. So there'll be 3 outs on the board. They'll strand 1 on base as a result of that play. And we'll move to the top of the 5th. Omaha will need to score 10 runs to force the bottom half of the 5th. We'll see if they can do it when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right. Omaha Burke up to bat. They need 10 runs in order to force the bottom half of the 5th inning. And stepping up to the plate is Mike McGovern, batter 2 in the lineup. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. So once again, probably closer to 3 o'clock. West Fargo will square off with Woodbury at the same field. That one coming off the right shoulder pad of Peyton Jancy. Actually, I don't know if that's number 12 anymore. It's kind of hard to see behind the. It might be Easton Heisler catching. When he comes back, I might. It is indeed Easton Heisler, as I just got confirmation that it was 1-4. Like I originally thought. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Mike McGovern. Looks like Clemenson's still at first. Deer's still at second. This one going towards Clemenson. He'll pick it up, flip it to Anderson for the out. So it's a 3-1 ground out for McGovern.
Now 27, Renberger.
Rin Renberger, 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. Strike 1. Logan LaPierre is on deck, I believe. Yep, number 20. We'll see him for sure this inning. We'll see if we get any further into the lineup. 0-2. one's popped up. Caleb Anderson will get underneath it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Number 20, Logan.
The West Fargo Patriots are 1 out away from the quarterfinal round of the Gopher Classic Baseball Tournament. Caleb Anderson unofficially on 76 pitches, and he'll face Logan LaPerriere to try and wrap this one up. Swinging and a miss, strike 1. LaPerriere struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. That one's inside, ball 1. LaPerriere jumping out of the way of that one. If you call it a jump, more like a stretch, probably. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back for strike 2. Thomas Reed is on deck if LaPerriere can reach base. Anderson, can he finish it on 80 pitches? No, he cannot. It'll be fouled away, and it'll remain 1-2, and we'll see if he can finish it on 81 pitches. 22 balls and 58 strikes on 80 tosses thus far for Caleb Anderson. And the 1-2. And that one will bounce away, and it'll be 2-2. Two pitches outside, and we have a full count. And that one's low, and I thought it was a full count. Yeah, he will walk for ball 4. Now bring up Thomas Reed.
Stepping up to the plate now, number 18, Thomas Reed.
Thomas Reed 0 for 1 with a flyout. There's a strike. We've had one lead change in this game, and it came in the bottom of the first. And that one's hit well to left field, but not well enough. Carter O'Lean dropped, if that's still O'Lean out there, he dropped the ball, and that'll be an error on the left fielder. So that puts runners on second and third here. Once again, 13 of these 17 runs for West Fargo have been scored with 2 outs on the board. Can Omaha get some 2-out magic going here for them? They have 2 runners in scoring position. They need 10 to force the bottom of this inning. 1 ball, no strike to, I think it's Gavin Dahl. Yes, it is. He's 1 for 2. Single to right and a ground out to second on a 4-3. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that one's a little bit low, and it's 2-0. Travis Bolte is on deck if Dahl can reach base. And the 2-1. That one may have been outside, but they called it a strike, even though he did check his swing. And there's strike 2. Logan LaPerriere on third and Thomas Reed on second. A base hit would make it 17-4, presumably. 2-2, and he'll pop it up. And charging in is Trey Stocker, and that's the end of the game. Your final score, the West Fargo Patriots 17 and the Omaha Burke 2. as this game comes to a conclusion. They'll get the field reset. West Fargo will take on Woodbury here probably in about 30 minutes. Probably looking at a 2:35, 2:40 first pitch for that game, and we'll have it for you here on Magnitude Sports. Thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, your final score, 17-2. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have West Fargo and Woodbury on deck for you here on Magnitude Sports.
Seating has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.